All right, this is episode 65, T2T podcast. Welcome back to another episode of T2T. What's up, my friend Jen?
Hey, Monica.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Very good.
Super.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us. It's episode 65.
Dang.
That's amazing. Gosh, guys, we really appreciate you. We appreciate that you continue to listen and subscribe and share with your friends. You guys are awesome and we love you. And today, Jen and I are going to duke it out over this question. Should the lender have to pay for an extension to closing? So let's say the loan is not ready on time.
Uh-oh.
Should there be a penalty? Some sort of incentive against, I guess, that happening?
Do you want to go first or you want me to go?
Lord have mercy. No, you go first on this one.
I'm fired up. So here's the thing. Look, if it's the fault of the lender, like and I don't know, there's got to be some parameters around it, right? Because a lot of times it's like the buyers don't get the docs in.
Correct.
Okay. But let's say they do. Let's say the buyer, you have this magical buyer that gets all the crap.
Do we have those? I don't know. Okay.
They're unicorns, yes. Mm-hmm. The unicorn buyer. They get all the crap in on time. And the lender says, they get the contract. They're like, no problem. I can get this done in so many days. But then they just don't. For whatever reason, they always freaking blame it on underwriting all the time.
Right.
But I'm always so confused about that. I feel like I need to go sit with a lender for a few days and understand how this process works. Mm-hmm. Because I know sometimes underwriters are in-house, sometimes are out of house, but it's like, how many loans have you done with this quote unquote underwriter that's being delayed? Mm-hmm. Is this normal? Is it abnormal? Is it always, you know what I mean? I have so many more questions and not enough answers that I think blaming it on the underwriter is a cop-out. And yes. I think that if they're going to say it can be done, I think that sometimes lenders forget that these are people's lives.
Correct.
People are moving. Mm-hmm. They schedule shit. Mm-hmm. They plan accordingly to a specific date. Yeah. And when it gets moved, I always feel like there's not enough empathy. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, no, not oh, well. You have been telling us from the beginning, and it's not like nobody's followed up with you. You've been telling us it's on track, and all of a sudden at the final hour, it's not on track. No, you can pay for that.
Yeah, right.
And here's the rest of the bills for shit too.
Yeah, sure. Wouldn't it be interesting if a lender, part of their marketing plan was, we close on time or $1,000 to you. Now, there are caveats to that.
Of course.
And you have to meet their parameters. And the minute you fall out, you missed a document getting in on time, then an email goes out, we're out of the guarantee, the documents weren't good, but $1,000 we close on time or else. That would be awesome.
Or we could have two lenders running it simultaneously.
And whoever gets first. Here's something we all know as agents. Not all lenders are created equally.
Well, of course not. Not all realtors are either.
Not perfect, of course.
Teachers, right. Nobody.
However, we know, so I'm going to argue against, even though I liked my idea of the guarantee, and I agree with you on a lot, there should be they got to have some skin in the game.
Right.
Here's though where I come down on this. I think we as agents could do a better job with sort of the natural selection aspect of this. And look, if you screw it up once, you are never getting my business again.
Yeah. Period. It depends on what happens.
Right. Well, right. But something blatant, I think if we as agents were better at reviewing, if there was some sort of public review system like Yelp for loan officers, I think they'd care a lot more if they live and died off testimonials from agents.
I mean, you can leave testimonials.
I know, but if we had more of a real system where everybody participated and we could go see who the 5-star lenders were in this area versus this douchebag has freaking 1 star and he has 1,500 reviews.
Right.
Clearly I'm not going there.
Right. But the buyers will want to because he's got the lowest closing costs.
Yeah. Well, if they don't care about being on time, then that's fine.
Right.
But can you see how, I agree, there should be some ramifications. I just think reputation, if we did a better job, a more organized approach of that would be way better.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a big testimonial person. I think it's subjective, or I don't know if that's the right word. I'm not a big testimonial person. I think it's fine, but like, I don't think it really captures, because you have to be willing to write things down, right? Like, and attach your name to it. And not everybody's willing to do that.
No, however, I think it's more for a real estate purposes. I don't know that it has to, like, you don't have to go out and get the buyer's testimonial on this.
Yeah, but how many times are like the client comes with this lender that we know is like terrible, and we're just like, it's fine if you want to go with them.
Yeah.
But if you want to get a second opinion, here's a couple of other people I recommend, because my experience with this lender that you chose, like, of course, they do have low closing costs, but you're giving something up to get that. And what you're giving up is there's no communication. They don't close on time, like whatever it is, right? Like, is that what you want?
But if we could show them that we have this internal Yelp system within the industry, here's a snapshot. This guy
maybe, but then that tells you like, okay, well, how many agents, say that the lender messed up, but it was really them, or it was really the buyer, or.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you have to operate on, you think of Amazon and the star rating, like, sure, there's some stuff that's been falsely built up, but in general, when you see a product that's 4.5 stars and there's 12,000.
No, you're right. You're right.
You're like, okay, this is probably pretty good.
It probably works. I agree with you. Right. I guess think it's, once it's up and running, something like that could work, but I don't know.
I just
know in construction, they do like, if you don't get certain milestones at certain periods of time, you take a cut. You take a reduction.
Yeah, right. If we don't hit this mark. I love it. Some sort of skin in the game, something.
It would force them to communicate a lot more too.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. And you and I and everybody listening on this call knows that the right loan officer can make the entire difference for the whole deal. Even sometimes more so than us, from contract to close, for sure. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Shall we go back?
Yeah, but I really like this freaking idea of Amazon rating.
What's it called? Lenderreview.com?
Yes. I'm going to start it for local, and then think of the advertising you could do on it, because it's geared towards.
I like it.
Oh my gosh.
Get it, girl.
Gosh, I think we're onto something.
Business ideas on toe to toe.
If you're listening to this, don't do it. We
do it.
Claim it.
Make Monica your partner. All right, let's take a short break here. Word from our sponsor. When we return, we'll have the final punches.
All right, welcome back. Now, before we ring the bell for the final round, Jen, did you talk to any other agents about this?
I did, and everybody was kind of like, well, it depends. Blah, blah. You know how they are. Everybody's Switzerland. Stop being Switzerland.
You mean they said it depends on whose fault it is?
Of course, and it does depend. That's what I said too. And,
And it's true. Buyers can drag their feet.
What?
Their work.
No.
Yeah, and cause a major problem. Yeah. Hey, here's a tip, and I know you probably do something to this effect, but here's a tip for listeners. I set that expectation in the first any sort of email between the lender and the buyer, and I say, when this lender requests something from you, or when my transaction coordinator requests something from you, you have less than 24 hours to turn it around. If you're not going to be able to do that, you have to let everybody know why. And I think we can help with that.
Well, I also think to that point, I mean, that's a great idea, but to that point too, lenders should collect all the crap up front before they pre-qualify somebody, and then run it through underwriting before we take them out to look at a house.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I don't care if it takes an extra day. It'll go as fast. You know what? You want this house? Get them the shit.
Yeah. It's sort of like working with a Dave Ramsey financial peace client. You know that their ducks are in a row.
Oh, yeah. They're organized.
Yeah, they're totally organized. They know exactly what they've got. They know where their documents are. Yeah.
Yeah, because even if you have the lender that's they are qualified or whatever, they really haven't checked everything. It's like a hope and a prayer.
That's right.
And everybody's wasting all their time, getting under contract, doing all the things, spending all the money. And it's at the final hour, maybe they didn't do something stupid or whatever. It's dumb.
Yeah. Or they're like, wait a second, we just found this on your credit. What's this? Oh Yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
about my $20,000 student debt.
Minor
Sorry.
detail. Didn't know I forgot to file my taxes.
Yeah, oops, oopsie. All right, I don't know.
Where are we? I forget where we're at. So I think so for our final rounds, I think that
Oh, wait. I said welcome back. You're gonna say, let's go back to,
I
let's
thought we did
get
that.
back into the ring. Okay. So we already talked about, you talked to other agents, then we had a little bit more discussion. So cut there. And now just start with your, all right, Monica, let's get back to the battle.
All right, Monica, let's close this out with our final round. You have 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. I do believe that there should be consequences for the lender when they are not able to execute on the promised date, as long as it was reasonable from the get-go. I don't think it's financial, however. I think we as an industry agents should be way more involved in ranking and giving testimonials so that we all know where the bad eggs are. And I think that would make life very interesting for these slackers in the
Wow.
mortgage
I
business.
feel like I don't know if you ever read the book, The Circle.
No,
Oh my gosh. So it's about like your social ranking, but it's so stressful. I don't know. It stresses me out when you say that.
I know, but
I think it should be financial because then they'll be out of business.
well, either way, either way.
Right. I don't know. But I think
Oh.
sometimes people tend to get on a bandwagon that may or may not exist.
So you think it's a risk that maybe I just think that loan officer was a real a-hole and I'm going to give him a
Maybe he was
bad,
having a bad day, or maybe, I mean, people go through things in life, right? Like
yeah,
who you are today is not who you were 2 years ago.
yeah. So
So
for sure.
it's difficult to recover if you have this like crazy social score that something legitimate was wrong.
Well, I think you can make it right though. Let's say I screwed up. Okay. So what can I do to avoid a 1 star? All right.
Right.
I'm going to make this right by cutting the closing costs. I'm going to come out public with what happened and how I'm going to make it right.
Yeah.
Now you're a 5. It's
Right. Right.
not what you do. It's how you respond to it. That's
No, you're
all
right.
you
That's
know.
true. I don't
And,
know.
and that
I'm
serves the
hesitant.
client too.
Yeah, I think it should be financial. So like if you said that you can get it done and then you didn't get it done and it's truly your fault. But I also think there needs to be more stuff on the front end, just like for realtors.
I like
I
that.
mean, they need
Mhm.
to collect more crap.
Yeah, I agree. It's a process. We don't buy houses on a whim, although some people do.
I mean, sometimes.
Kind of. All right. Let's I think that's gonna have to be the end of today's
Oh, I
battle.
think so.
Do you think there was a knockout today? How do you feel about this topic? Go to our Facebook page. That's Toe to Toe Podcast Facebook page and comment and vote and let us know who you think won today's battle. Who do you agree with?
Who won their tangent?
Yeah, exactly. Or should we just combine the two and you get a bad rating and you owe us $1,000?
Combine all the tangents.
How
Yes.
about
If
that?
you below a certain rating, you have to pay money to
I like
something.
it. I like it.
The realtor fund, our pack.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Well, make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe. And then if you have any battle ideas, definitely let us know. And of course, if you have an interest in finding out more about EXP and why Monica and I both switched from there after being with our other brokerage for a long time, definitely give me a call or text 513-400-1691. All right. Thanks, Monica.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.